Hey guys, it's Cap Corgi. I wanted to give some good news. This is a rare bit of good news. I've covered this in several different videos before. The very, very challenging environment for the past, I would say, about 7-8 weeks or so straight of censorship upon limitation, upon legislation that are anti-consumer in pretty much every single way all around the world, starting in Australia, going on with Visa, Mastercard, going on with the collective Karen, collective shout, going on with the UK and the EU with their online safety acts, and moving on to the US and so on and so forth. All of these and games being taken off Steam and itch.io and many other websites over and over and over again. Finally, we have some rare good news. So here it is. UK has agreed to drop demand for access to Apple user data, says US. So what this is this was a story I wasn't able to fully cover. I have to take care of my dad. He has had challenging health issues over the past year, and every so often I have to take some time off and take care of my dad. He's a great dad, and if you're new to the channel, he's gone through some heart issues, which is why I have to take time off every so often. So spare him a lovely thought if you could. But every time he needs, I'll take care of him. So I've not been able to cover the most recent news, but this was a small bit of good news that I wanted to share with you guys. Take the time out to do so. Basically, Apple user data, which is, a vast amount of data, because you either pretty much are Apple or Android, and there's almost no other third party. Windows phones used to be a thing. They're not really a thing anymore. But the UK tried to litigate and demand access to Apple user data. Apple is a US company, by the way. So this, very directly infringes upon American civil liberties, and it infringes upon, an American company's rights and an American company's laws, American laws. UK is trying to subvert all of those, which they've tried to do many times in the past, and like I very directly covered with the Online Safety Act with the UK, and how that was like, bricking the absolute, anonymity of the internet as a whole, and how other countries were following suit and so on. But this was attacked in the courts, and the UK has dropped its demand because of the legal pushback. Remember when I talked about in the previous videos? If you've been watching them, if not, I will link them in the comments below. Definitely give them a gander, because I've given some very, very in-depth information on the attacks on yours and my rights, on the attacks of gamers in general, and on the attacks of, any kind of, free speech, frankly. This has been a very, very massive attack on free speech, just in general around the world. But in those videos, I talked about how to fight back. The comments in those videos, for the vast majority, is like, I feel helpless, how do I fight this, and so on and so forth. And I've said from the very beginning, the way to fight this is by being loud and obnoxious to people in power. And in terms of the payment processing companies, the way to do that was directly calling Visa and Mastercard, and clogging up their support lines until they start to slip up, which they had. And also, much more importantly and to the point, is via the legal means, in terms of legislation, in terms of bugging your congresspeople in the US or elected representatives in the UK, Australia, the EU, and so on and so forth, over and over and over again, saying, do you give a fuck about free speech? If you do, fight this. This infringes upon our free speech. This infringes upon our rights. This is something us Americans are very, very used to fighting for, and the EU and UK not so much. They have a lot more problems with it right now, which is very, very sad. But we all have our fights with it, especially in the US as well. Like, we have to fight for our rights. We're just kind of used to it over the years. But the way to do this, like I said, was to fight this out legally. And as in legal courts, over and over and over again, with the ironclad, guarantee of our First Amendment, the ironclad guarantee of the various amendments that protect consumer rights, protect our personal rights, protect rights to free speech, and so on and so forth. And in this way, the rights of, for example, in this case, an American company, from laws that are overreaching from overseas in other countries. And this is exactly how we are winning. This is one of the huge W's, one of the huge wins of the U.S. rights, and the rights that this can be used as precedents, by the way, all around the world, for, you know, if the U.S. can get this passed and, you know, U.S. can protect their rights, then Australia should be able to follow suit, UK and EU, so on and so forth. But law is all about precedents. So this is just, you know, a W, and this is how it is supposed to work. So guys, take this to heart. This is a lesson. If you're worried about your civil liberties, if you're worried about the legal fights, so on and so forth, for our personal rights, for our free speech and everything, this is how to fight back, and this is how it's working. So take this to heart, keep up the good fight, kick some fucking ass, be loud, be proud, and never ever back down. And remember, every single one of these companies and any of these governments, in terms of the UK here, they need us far more than we need them. We elected them. They work for us. It is time we as consumers, we as people, reminded them of this extremely salient, extremely undeniable fact that these fuckers have tried to make us forget. I've never forgotten, and I will always keep trying to make these videos to make sure you guys also feel strong enough to be able to fight for those rights as well. But together, we can do this. This is a huge W, and we can keep this going forward with more and more, and I'll keep covering it as time moves forward. So if you guys like this video, give this video a like, give it a sub, share it with your friends, and be sure to leave a comment about what you guys think of this. Do you guys think this is a huge win? Do you guys think that this can lead to other wins? Do you guys think that there's other ways to fight this? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and if you have any questions, of course, ask them as well. As you can see from my other videos on this subject and any other subject, I answer almost every single comment I possibly can. I love talking to you guys, so you guys, you know, turn me on to new things, tell me about new things to look up, the Clippy, I need to do that still. It'll happen when I come back, you know, from taking care of my dad next week. Don't worry, Louis Rossman is one of my goats, so I'll absolutely cover what he was talking about as well. But you know, let me know those thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for your time.